Dear students, today we'll discuss about quicksort. So, quicksort comes under divide and conquer strategy. Means here the sorting can be done by dividing the cells or dividing the list of elements into subparts. So, it is one of the algorithm. Quicksort is one type of algorithm or program which works with divide and conquer technology. Means the total elements which you are going to sort will be divided. So after division, based on the divided elements, it will perform the sorting technique. So what it is doing? It is dividing the large list into smaller sublist. So and again this smaller sublist will be divided into few more sublist. So after dividing the larger list into sublist, it will perform the sorting and then these sublist will be combined to make the larger output list. So the time complexity for quicksort is the best case and average case is theta of n log n and the worst case is theta of n square. So this is the time complexity for quicksort. So generally what it is doing quicksort is it will perform sorting the elements. So whatever the list of elements you are having, it will be provided in sorting order, either ascending or descending. So here what is the process of quicksort is, first we need to pick an element and we'll say that as a pivot element. So among the list of elements, assume it if I'm having some 10 elements, among these 10 elements we need to pick one element as a pivot element, whatever it may be. So some people may pick the first element as a pivot element, some people may pick some middle element as a pivot element, and some people may pick the last element as a pivot element. So it is up to your choice. The algorithm is same, means the programming is same, but choosing the pivot element is up to your choice. So based on that pivot element, the divisions will done and then after will sort it and again will combine it. So rearrange the elements into three subparts. We'll arrange elements, total elements into three subparts. So those less than or equal to the pivot element, and those greater than or equal to pivot element. Means pivot element will be the one part, the less than elements will be comes on the left hand side, greater than elements will come to right hand side. So that will process it and we'll go with one example, then you can able to understand what is going on quicksort. And after dividing pivot left right, again we'll repeat the process, again we'll repeat these three things. So left block will take, again we'll apply divide and conquer method, among these we'll choose one pivot element and again we'll divide into three parts. Like that subdivisions will go on until you get single element. So then we'll get all elements will be in sorting order. Then after we'll go with right hand side. So right hand side also will perform the same thing. We'll choose one element as a pivot element and we'll perform these three operations. Then we'll get in sorting order. Then after subparts will be merged. So then we'll combine it and we'll get main list and it will be in sorting order. This is the functionality of quicksort. So what we are doing? The quicksort is applying divide and conquer technology. It is a divide and conquer algorithm. Okay. So what we are doing in quicksort? We are choosing one element as a pivot element. So one element which is identified, we identified one element. and that we call it as a pivot element. It may be the first element, it may be the middle of the element, or somewhere it may be the last element. So we need to choose one element as a pivot element. Then what we'll do? So in the process, we'll found some elements which are less than to pivot element in left hand side, and the elements which are greater than to pivot element will come from the right hand side under this process. And then after, left hand side block will take separately, right hand side will take separately. So left hand side block again will apply. We found one pivot element, we can get one pivot element, again we'll process the same for right hand side also. Once the elements left hand side and right hand side which we get in sorting order, then we'll combine both three parts. Then finally we'll get sorting data. Now we go with an example. Here we have the input like this one is a list of elements. I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 elements are there. So among these elements, you can choose any element as a pivot element. So in this example, I chosen the first element as a pivot element. Here we can find additional two variables I and j. So I and j we can find. So this is the pivot element which I pointed, and I will be pointed to starting index and j will be pointed to last index, which is last element. So I will move from pivot to I, which we have greater than the pivot element. So here 65 is the element. So next element is having 70, means it is greater than 65. So I will move to here, and from here I can find the less than of 65 element. So which is less than to 65, I can move and I can find the less than element. Here 45 itself less than to pivot element. So here I found, so ith element is greater than pivot, and jth element is less than pivot. So we need to find which is greater than to pivot element, and we'll move to that I, and from right hand side we need to find the less than of pivot element. So we'll move there to j, and then after we need to compare I and j. So 70, is it greater than 45? I and j we need to compare. If I is greater than j, then swapping will done. So here I is 70 and j is 45. So 70, is it greater than 45? Yes, then swapping will done. So here we have. Again we go with greater than element which is having above 65. So here I found, and less than. So 70 is not less than, 50 I found. So j is moved to here. So I am moving high from here to here. Why? Because I found greater than element. Assume it if it is not greater than element, then we will move to next element. Okay, but I found here itself. And from here, so it is already greater than, so I need to find the less than element. So 50 is the less than to 65. So I move to j. And then after I need to check whether ith element a of I, is it greater than a of j, then swap will occur. So 75, is it greater than 50? 75, is it greater than 50? Yes, then swapping will done. So 50 will come here and 75 will come here. I can repeat the same process to find the highest element of 65. Here I found, and from here I need to find the less element. So it is not less, it is not less, here I found. So then swapping will come. So I need to check whether ith element is greater than jth element. Yes, 80 is greater than 55. Yes, then swapping. then swapping will come. So here 55 will come, here 80 is come. Next, repeat the same process. So we need to find the highest element of 65. Here I found. And we need to find the less element of 65. Here I found. So then what will do? Swapping. So 60 will come here and 85 will come here. So wrap and just you observe that again we repeat the process. So 65. So I need to find the greater than element of 65. So here I found 85. Here high will come. And 65 less than element. Here I found. So when you observe that j will come here, I will come here. So here we got. When I identifying the element above to 65, so I got here. When I'm identifying the less than element of 65 from right hand side, I found here. And here the one condition is if I crossed j, in that situation, so the jth element will be replaced with pure element, means swapping will done. So keep in mind that if I crossed j, if ith element, so index of I, if it is crossing index of j, then jth element will be swapped with pure element. Here when you observe that I is crossed j, so j is here, I is here, means from I is moving from this side, j is moving from this side. So I crossed the jth element. So in that situation, we are going to swap the pure element with p of j. So it's happened. 60 came here, 65 here. And then after we need to divide into sub blocks. So this will become one block, this will become one block, and this will become one block. So I divided into 3 blocks. So this is one block, this is one block, this is one block. Again we need to repeat the same process for these 2 blocks, left hand side and right hand side. So 60 will be the pure element. Same, I need to find the element which is having greater than to 60 from here. High started here and j started here. I need to find the less than to 55, less than to 60. So j itself 55 is less than, but when I am finding ith element, so which is greater than 60, I didn't find. So I moved here. So here I moved, but I don't have the next indexes. I don't have next. So I reached here. Still I didn't find greater than element of 60. But there is no chance to get the greater than element. But as per our condition, if I is greater than j, then swap p of I with p of j. So I is greater than j, moved I to j. So greater than or equal to j. Then what we'll do? We'll swap and we'll divide. So 55 will come here, 60 will come here, and we'll divide into 2 parts. Okay. So right hand side we don't have. Only left only there. Again repeat the same process. 55 is here, 45 means I will come, j will come. So we need to find the largest element above greater than 55. I didn't find anything, so I reached here. J itself is equal, so j is equal. So j itself is a less than element 50, then it is okay. But again observe that I reached j. In that situation, swap with p out. So I swap, and we need to divide it. 50, 45, and 50, 45, and 55. I divided into 2 parts. Right hand side I don't have anything, so left hand side I have. Then these 2 elements will sort. Same process. 55 will be there. and 60 is there. So all I will merge, and finally we'll get 45, 50, 55 and 60. When you observe this, 4 elements are in sorting order, means left side block is completed. Then you should concentrate on right hand side block. Same for right hand side also. So right hand side, I assumed 85 is the pure element. Then what is the process? I need to find greater than element of I, pure towards I, and less than element of pure towards J. So I is pointed to 80, J is pointed to 70. J itself is satisfied, but I need to find above element of 85, but I didn't find anything. That's why I reached here, and it is the ending index. So as per our quick sort algorithm, if I is greater than equal to J, then swap A of pure to A of J. Just we need to perform swapping. So 85 will be swapped to 70 and 85 will come here. Again divide process. So 70 will be the pure element, 80, 75 is there. I need to find the highest element of 70. It is okay. I need to find the less than element of 70. 75 is not less than. Okay. So 75 is not less than. 80 is not less than. So 70 it will come. So 70 it will come. So simply I am skipping all the processes. Why? Because it will take a lot of time. Same will happen. So finally we'll get this one. Why? Because it was reached. So swapping will done, and then after division will also done. But finally we'll get this one. So 70, 75, 80. So I'm merging these all things. 70, 75, 80 I'm merging. So left hand side is this one and right hand side is this one. So finally I will get 45, 50, 55, 60, then after 65, here 65 is there, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. So finally we'll got sorting elements. So this is about quick sort. What we are doing here, we are dividing into subparts and swapping will done. If ith element is greater than jth element, then swapping will done. If I is reached to j, then we'll go swapping with jth element with pure element. Same is representing in algorithm. So here partition will be done. So 3 parts are going to divide the partition. Quick sort algorithm, we are passing array and index of left, index of right. Why? Because we'll start from I and j also. That's why I am taking q. I am taking. If right is greater than left, then only process will done. So generally, if I start with index 1, if I start with index 9, then 9 is greater than 1. So partition will done. So q equal to partition of a comma left comma right. So first element, first index and 9th index array. So partition will call. So in this partition algorithm, what we are doing, p equal to a of left. So starting element will treat as a index. So if I want to go with another one, then you need to change here itself. If I want to go with the last element as a pure element, go with a of right. Or else if you want to middle element as a pure element, then left plus right by 2. So if you are thinking I want to go middle element as a pure element, so left plus right by 2. If I are going to last element as a pure element, then a of right. So it is up to you. So I concentrated on left element. My starting element will be the pivot element. So generally I will be the left and j equal to right plus 1. So indexing what we are thinking, it will be right plus 1, means it will take infinity and then after it is moving. So it is infinite loop. It is infinite loop. So while a of plus plus I is less than p, if I is greater than or equal to right, then break. So if a of plus plus I is less than p, means if it is getting less than element, then it will check the process whether it is right, is it greater than right element. Nothing will happen then. And while a of minus j is greater than p, if j less than or equal to f, break. It is also means if I found greater than element, then it will break and it will continue process. If I is greater than or equal to j, also breaking. So why? Because if I is greater than j, then I need to partition into parts, that's why. Else swap of a of I with a of j. So if these conditions are not satisfying, then swapping will done. Okay, a of I with a of j, swapping will done. And if j is it equal to left, return j. If j is equal to left, means if it reached to starting index, then j will return. Swapping of a of left with a of j. When it will happen, if these conditions are not satisfying, then it will happen. Return j. Index of j, it will return. So in quicksort after partition, again I am calling a comma left comma q minus 1, means I will find the index of j, means which is partition is done. So left part will go here and right part will go here. It is a recursive algorithm. It is a recursive algorithm. So it is a very easy process. If you know the algorithm, how it is going to execute, or if you know the process of quicksort, then you can easily construct an algorithm. Okay. So this is about quicksort. So most important, and in competitive exams, they will ask the time complexity, and if you are having descriptive, then there is a chance to get to ask the quicksort, apply the quicksort for the list of elements. Okay, thank you.